motherfuckers. What? Oh my God.
I need you. Take me back.
We know the history of this country. There's not a place in this country where we don't belong. So I walk in everywhere like I belong. If I have the credentials, if I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else has.
Facts.
Let me say that again.
Yeah.
If I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else is having.
By any
That's why I
means.
want for you to start looking at yourself like you belong.
Facts.
What I see is so many black men who have the ability, the potential. But when even that broadcast I did the other day, I had some guy to get in the comment section talk about, young brother, don't ever think that, you go into these rooms and these people going to
It's limiting.
I could give a how these people look at me.
Facts.
I know how I look at myself.
I belong.
All this bougie shit that we feel like other people can have, but we gotta have the fucking leftovers and the chitlins of the world.
Fuck that.
You get lobster too.
Facts.
And then you can still go eat a 2-piece of the biscuit. You belong there. Don't give them the comfort of security of your absence. Don't make it easy for them.
Facts. Big
If they
facts.
have those kind of limiting beliefs, put your black ass in a room and make them recognize your gangster.
Outwork them.
Do not self-segregate yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. Take what's yours.
Take it.
Don't ask for it, take it. Once you finally realize this is where your life and you get to make it, then you have to get competitive. And then you got to get aggressive.
Yep.
You got to get in the fight. Because they ain't going to give it to you. Power is not given. It is taken. 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 You can't appeal to somebody's nature or whatever. You take it from
you
them.
take it.
What I tell you, fighting and fucking, what are you fighting for? Everything out here
Bars.
has somebody coming from another country to come get their piece of it. You were born here. There is no place here you can't go. So what's stopping you?
Damn, I really missed this, brother. What's crazy is that our personal conversations would be in the same vein. You belong. Take what's yours. Don't let any limiting beliefs of anything that you have within your life, the imposter syndrome, I don't think that I should be achieving that, or they all look different than me, that. Who cares? Who cares? If I held on to my limiting beliefs, I wouldn't have had a YouTube channel. Through all of the distractions, the detractors, and the bullshit that I've had to deal with, the loss of sponsorships, to everything that I've had to deal with, even the loss of friends or women that I've had in my life that just say, how could you talk like this? If I believed in any of that shit, I would not be here today, but I forced myself to be successful. I forced myself to be recognized. I forced myself to be respected. I didn't ask for shit. Kevin didn't ask for shit. He created value. What value are you creating? But here's what I learned from Kevin is that either you can speak your own truth or speak from your own reality, or you can follow someone else's voice that you don't even agree with, or pick goals, dreams, or ambitions that were never yours to begin with. That is the equation to set yourself up for complete mediocrity. See, Kevin operated in a mindset of abundance. Limiting beliefs, victim mentality, and not being competitive is the death of a masculine man. And what's crazy is think of how old Kevin is right here. He was probably about 50 years old with more grit and determination, which you see with a lot of young cats that have given up. Work hard, my G's. You can stumble, but never stay down. Accept failure, but believe that you can be great, but put in the work to ensure greatness.
We've adopted the grinding mentality, which if you look up the word itself, it means to wear down, to torment, to crush, to oppress. And that's why when you see most people who grind, they look wore out. I work hard, but I rest hard as well. I take pictures now when I'm out. I see an elderly couple. Typically, the woman is peppy, ready to move, and you see the older man just on crutches or a cane, can barely move. Because our whole worth, we feel, is in our work. I thought it was just black men who struggle with taking naps. But when I started speaking more, my white brothers, other brothers of different ethnicities coming up to me like, dude, when my wife come home, I jump up. I'm like, what is that? Because again, we feel that we're only good for what we do instead of who we are. Our family, our women in our lives try to love us. Our children want to affirm us. But because it's deep, we long for it so long, we don't even know how to receive it when we get it.
Feminists often vilify men for being the heads of households. The average blue-collar man that, let's say, works in a factory is not doing so he can come back home and oppress his woman. He's doing it so he can sufficiently provide for his family.
There are two types of lizard or reptilian.
But feminists have completely twisted the narrative to convince women otherwise. But the fact of the matter is that men are more likely to die early, get hurt on the job, or work themselves to death. One of the best lessons that I have learned over the past several months as I have experienced considerable hardship within my life is the benefits of balance. We're all gonna have ebbs and flows within our life, but you need to understand and be cognizant of when do you need to be in a flow state and then when do you need to be in an ebb state and rest? Not too long ago, Kevin Samuel's autopsy report confirmed hypertension. That brother needed to be in an ebb state, but his relentless pursuit of pushing the narrative and the discussion forward led to his early demise.
I don't have time to feel emotions.
Why?
Because when you're put in a certain position, you have to make sure everybody else is okay. I don't use the term baby mamas. I have two lovely women that I'm responsible for. Even if they're in a relationship, I'm responsible for you. It's a man's job to protect, provide, and love. I have 6 children that I'm responsible for. I have a mother that I'm responsible for. I got one remaining brother, one remaining sister that I'm responsible for. Before I think about myself, I have to think about them. And by the time I think about them all every day.
What Shaq is essentially touching on here is the burden of manhood. Men are loved on the basis or the condition of being able to provide. Shaq knows this as well as he also knows that if he doesn't take care of the mother of his children, then that will directly affect the relationship with his children. It's such a tough pill for most men to swallow, especially if they haven't had a man in the household and growing up and didn't watch that dynamic. But it's the reality that we must face. But I'll leave you guys with a quick quote from Dr. Warren Farrell. Men's greatest weakness is the facade of strength, while women's greatest strength is the facade of weakness. So while the burden of man is great, don't let our greatest weakness overwhelm you.
Record me, I don't care! Record me, I don't care! Post it! Post it! Post it!
I'm not even recording you.
Post it! Post it! I don't care! I don't care! I don't care! I don't want you
What? Oh my God!
I need you! Take me back! Please! I'm going crazy! Please! Please!
That's what that dick could do.
Please!
Yo! She crazy.
Please! Please!
Oh,
Please!
this is what y'all be risking your life for.
Please!
This?
Please! Please!
Oh man, if the face tattoos, the neck tattoos, and the tiger stripes on the shoulder didn't tell you enough.
Please! Please!
Y'all be wildin' out here.
Please! Please!
And y'all be going raw daddy in this,
Please!
and then complaining about y'all baby mothers.
Please!
The nerve of you.
Please! 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 Please!
Please what?
Please take me back.
I took
You don't want to be with everybody else. I want to be with. Please take me back. Please take me back. Please.
Grown child.
Please take me back. Please take me back. Please. Please take me back. How could you get
This video just goes to show you how lenient our society is to these modern baby women. Yo, just imagine if a grown-ass man threw a tantrum like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, he would have been destroyed all over social media. But the interesting thing is that if a man acts like a baby, then his masculinity gets put into question, and I think rightfully so. But when a woman acts like a baby, do they ever question her femininity? No, they never do. She She's just a crazy girl. And that's really the end of it. But like I said so many times before, there's so many of these modern women that want the power of men. They want the gifts and the rewards of a traditional woman, but yet they have the accountability of babies. But the big difference now is that we can see it all in 4K. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. If you guys enjoyed today's compilation, hopefully you guys did. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the style of video. Make sure you include a timestamp.